We watched their love story unfold from their pods to the altar on Love is Blind. And now 2.5 years later, Cameron Hamilton and Lauren Speed are sharing the origins of their unique love story and what happened after the cameras stopped rolling in their new book, Leap of Faith, Finding Love the Modern Way. Lauren and Cameron, welcome to the middle.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. So congratulations on not only the book, but on almost 3 years of marriage. I can't believe it's already been that long.
I know, time flies. It's been amazing.
It really has. Time has flown. You know, we got married back in November of 2018, but it's been such a short time. It feels that way.
And so the book, which is love, I love the cover art. I love all the photos. It's so good.
Thank you.
It flip-flops between both of your perspectives. So give me a little synopsis of what your readers can expect.
Absolutely. Well, in this book, we pretty much share a lot of things. Of course, we share more about our journey as individuals and kind of what led us up to Love is Blind and just our dating life and things that we were going through, including the struggles. Of course, you know, we know how our story ends because everyone met us, through Love is Blind. But, like I mentioned, we were two complete individuals before we actually went on that show. And so we're just sharing our experience and things that we learned along the way, in the dating pool and with love and all that, just to hopefully help someone with our journey.
And also, once we actually met, how those moments occurred, what kind of went on that wasn't shown on the show. We had so many beautiful moments, so many moments that were special to us that just never were aired. But really, I think one of the biggest takeaways from the book is what happened after Love is Blind. In our marriage, what did we do that helped us have a healthy relationship? It wasn't without its challenges. It wasn't without certain struggles, but, we worked together and over time progressed through our marriage. And we shared what we learned with the reader. That's what we hope they can take away.
I love that. So let's go back to the Netflix release of Love is Blind, which happened. And then you had this epic press tour and then the world shuts down. So was quarantine at all similar to filming the show, minus the part that you already knew what you looked like, what each other looked like?
I would definitely say in some ways it was definitely similar because, we were kind of stuck inside. We couldn't really see all of our loved ones and things like that. So we kind of had to learn ways to communicate with others and even each other, kind of being in the house, encapsulated all the time together.
Right. No, it's true.
So, we had to kind of learn how to adjust. It's just the same thing we had to do in the pods.
Yeah, and it was good in the sense that it really helped us learn how to work together even better. And just, I'm sure a lot of couples went through that sort of make it or break it period where seeing their partner every day, being inside the house, they had to work together or they would drive each other crazy.
Yeah, I was there. It was a lot. We're still together, thankfully, but there are moments. So how are you guys? So what is the number one thing about filming Love is Blind that people would be or are surprised to hear about?
There's a lot of surprising things, but it really takes a lot out of you. It's a big investment of your energy, overall emotional energy, physical energy to a degree. There's a lot of, you have to prepare yourself to go into it. It's not something I think that should be taken lightly. If you really want to take it serious, if you're just going to have a good time, then that's something else. But I think if you want to do this and you're interested in meeting someone, you really have to work on yourself and work on making sure that you kind of evaluate your past relationships and kind of see where you could be better as a partner and also what you're looking for in a partner.
Agreed.
Were there any moments for either of you when you were filming that you were like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into?
Oh, every day. No, it was such a crazy once in a lifetime experience. It's even hard to put it into words sometimes. And I for sure had moments where I would just be kind of sitting there with all the other girls or in the pods and have this like out of body experience where I was just like, this is really happening? Like, I'm really sitting here. Like, it was just unbelievable. So definitely out of body experience.
Yeah. And there's a part that I talk about in the book that wasn't shown. I won't go into all the details for the sake of the reader, but a moment where I realized I was going to propose, and I just thought, you know, this isn't what I was expecting coming here. But I realized at that point there was no turning back. I was already made up.
That's love, it's just like sometimes you don't even know where it's going to come from or when it's going to hit you or how it's going to hit you. It just happens. And I think that, with the book Leap of Faith, even that's kind of where the title comes from, because so many times in our lives, we have to take these leaps of faith that can really change the trajectory of our whole lives. And, Love is Blind was definitely one of those leaps of faith for us.
So do you stay in touch with Amber and Barnett or anyone else from the show?
Yeah, I mean, we talked to Matt and Amber, and we talked to Mark and his fiance. I mean, we've kept up with them. Everyone else is kind of doing their own thing at this point,
Splintered off.
All right. So you guys also have a YouTube channel. What are your fans most interested in seeing from you?
A baby.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to ask because I hate when people ask that.
I know. I feel like that's the number one thing that we get asked multiple times a day, every day. But aside from that, I also think that people just like to see us interact. I feel like people are really interested in how our life is developing since being on Love is Blind. Now we're married, like you mentioned, going on 3 years. And, we're continuing to grow, and I guess the evolution of us as individuals, but also as a married couple and business partners and everything. So I feel like a lot of people have, told us they're just interested in following the journey.
And we have a concentration on our family. Family is always important to us, as it is to many, most people. So we just put out a video on our trip back to Maine recently. People really seem to connect with that. And I think anything that we do with our family, people can relate to it. And it's something that just really connects with our audience.
So since you have been so public since Love is Blind, do you feel an obligation to keep everything out for your fans? Or is there anything that is off limits or that will be off limits?
For sure. I think it's important for people in our position for us to keep certain things for ourselves. I think you can't open yourself up 100% to the public. I mean, we do share far more than most people. But, there's certain things that I think are kind of sacred to a couple, married couple, talking about your sex life and things like that. Or, again, with people asking us about a baby.
We do talk about that in this book.
Well, we do.
A little bit,
Spoiler alert, yeah.
You got to draw those boundaries and let people know sometimes like what's okay and what's not.
Yeah.
And are your families cool with everything that's out in the public, or are they ever like, oh my gosh, why did you put that up?
So far they've been good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see after they read the book how they feel.
I'm sure they'll be.
Yeah, I mean, our families are just super supportive. They're very happy for us. They're happy to see, our marriage continue to flourish, and of course our careers and our businesses. So they're happy. I think that when it comes to them though, they're kind of like, you don't have to put my business out, but you guys can put your business out all you want to. So I think that that's kind of the line that we have to teeter.
I love it. You guys are great. The book is Leap of Faith. Everybody needs to read it. It's so good. Hopefully the first of many, maybe another book in the future.
Yes, you never know.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.